So, we've all been there, right? You spend all this time and energy creating the perfect plan. Everything is optimized down to the last detail. But let's be honest, the real world, it doesn't really care about our spreadsheets. So what happens when that perfect plan smacks right into reality?
Yeah, you've crunched all the numbers, you found that one single best answer. But what happens when the ground shifts beneath your feet? You know, when prices change or some brand new opportunity just pops up out of nowhere. Does that perfect plan of yours still work, or does it just completely shatter? Today, we're going to dive into how to build plans that can actually bend so they don't have to break.
Okay, to really get what I'm talking about, let's look at a classic example. We're going to head to a simple box factory. Their goal is super straightforward, their resources are limited. This is our perfect little setup.
All right, so this factory makes two things. Big, sturdy, corrugated boxes that bring in $6 each, and smaller carton boxes that make $4. The goal is simple, right? It's all about maximizing profit. We want to figure out the exact mix of these two boxes that's going to make the most money, period. But obviously, they can't just make an infinite number of boxes. They're stuck with what their machines can handle. They've got a cutting machine that can run for 120 hours and a pinning machine that's got 60 hours in it. And that's it. These are the hard limits, the real-world walls they're up against.
So, with a clear goal and some hard limits, the factory can plug all this into a mathematical model. It's not about gut feelings or guesswork, no. This is about pure, data-driven precision to find that one single optimal answer.
And the answer it spits out? A max profit of $210. And to get there, they need to make exactly 15 corrugated boxes and 30 carton boxes. That's it. This is the peak, the absolute pinnacle of efficiency, the perfect plan, well, for now anyway.
But you know how it goes. Reality loves to throw a wrench in the works. So let's throw a few curveballs at our nice, neat little plan and see how it holds up.
First up, the classic one, money. What if the price of raw materials, the paper pulp, suddenly skyrockets? That $6 profit on the big boxes? Poof! It's not accurate anymore. Our entire goal, that whole profit equation, is suddenly on shaky ground.
Or hey, what about a new opportunity? Imagine a big client comes along and says, "Can you make us this brand new, super profitable specialty box?" I mean, should the factory jump on that? How do you even fit a new product into a plan that was built without it?
And what if one of those hard limits we talked about changes? Let's say they upgrade the pinning machine. Now they've got 61 hours of capacity instead of 60, just one extra hour. Is that tiny little change going to send ripples through the entire operation?
So, with any of these things happening, is our perfect $210 plan just garbage now? Do we really have to throw everything out and start all over again, rerunning the entire model from scratch every single time something changes? Because that sounds awful.
Well, thankfully, the answer is no. This is where a really powerful toolkit comes into play, one that's designed specifically for asking all these what-if questions. It's called sensitivity analysis. And really, it's just a fancy name for studying how your perfect solution, like our box factory plan, wobbles and changes when the things you fed into it, like profits or machine hours, start to move around. And this isn't just some abstract math exercise. As the folks who study this stuff say, it provides the info you need to make real-world economic choices. Think of it as the engine that powers all that what-if thinking for a business.
And the real magic here is how efficient it is. It lets you check what happens if you get more machine time, see how price swings hit your bottom line, or even figure out if that new product is a good idea. And here's the kicker. You can do all of that without having to tear up your original plan and start from zero.
But wait, it gets even better. This what-if analysis doesn't just help you react to change, it actually uncovers hidden treasures, strategic insights that were buried deep inside your original plan all along.
Okay, one of the coolest things it finds is something called a shadow price. Now, this is not what a resource costs you. It's what one more unit of that resource is worth to you. It's the hidden value, the secret potential of something you're running out of.
So let's go back to our box factory. That shadow price? It answers a very specific question for them. What is one extra hour on that maxed out pinning machine really worth? It will tell them down to the penny how much their $210 profit would go up if they could just squeeze one more hour out of it.
I mean, this is a total game changer, right? It's like knowing exactly how much more money you'd make from one extra hour of a machine's time. If you know that hour is worth 20 bucks in profit, then paying an employee 10 bucks in overtime for it is a no-brainer. Without that shadow price, you're just flying blind.
And this gets at a really neat idea called duality. Think of it like two sides of the same coin. The first question, the primal one, is what should we do to make the most money? But the second question, the dual, is what are our limited resources actually worth? Answering both gives you the whole strategic picture.
All right, so let's zoom out. What's the big idea here? It's all about moving away from a plan that's rigid and fragile and towards something that's way more dynamic, flexible, and honestly, just smarter.
So, what have we learned? First, that perfect plan is only perfect for a split second. The real world is always moving. Second, this means our plans need to be tough and adaptable, not brittle. And finally, sensitivity analysis is the tool that gives them that strength. And as a bonus, it hands you these amazing hidden insights, like the true value of your resources.
When you think about it, the difference is pretty simple. A basic, static plan is like a paper map. It's great, maybe even perfect, for the day it was printed. But a plan that uses what-if analysis, that's like a live GPS. It sees the traffic ahead, it reroutes you automatically, and it makes sure you're always on the best possible path, no matter what happens.
So, the next time you're crafting a plan, maybe just stop and ask yourself, is this plan just built for today, or is it actually ready for all tomorrow's what-ifs?